Hey everybody, welcome back to JnJake Tabletop's playthrough of Vecna, Eve of Ruin. Feels like it's been a little bit. It has been a little bit because we've had some other exciting things going on. We just finished chapter 1 of Curse of Strahd, which our very own Jacob Tabletop has been running, and that's been a blast. I'm getting to play in that with all the people on the screen plus one. Our good friend Nooch. This is the start of chapter 5. It's a little bit of like a chapter 4.5, if you will, or chapter 5 prelude. We have some housekeeping things and some other fun stuff to go over. Episode 21. We haven't done this in a little while. You know, the introductions have been a little too smooth lately. So I would like everyone to go around and say your name, starting with Michael.
I'm Master Yoda _I_M. I play Biggus Broodfist, a hill dwarf artificer, and I don't stream or make content other than just being in this lovely group right here. Just when they deem to have me on, and I love it here. Great place to be. And next, I'm gonna pass it on to. Can only be Lee.
Hi, I'm Lee, also known as This Crits. I do make content, but I also appear here on the JJ's, much like Mr. Yoda. And unlike Yoda, I hate it here so much. But I'm here anyways, cause I'm stubborn. And
one of these days, he thinks he might like it.
Well, eventually, I'm trying to get out and do new things. My wife says it's good for my health.
Keep rolling that dice. It might come up a natural 20.
I'll pass it to the guy on my left, but the screen right, Mr.
Yep. Hello.
Yeah, you're that side.
Yep. My name is Jake. I play Milo, Copperkettle, halfling wizard. And we always do this bit. I'm one of the J's in JnJake Tabletop, so I'll say it that way. I do like it here. I like making Michael happy and Lee miserable. So that's where that comes from.
My comment section does that, man. Come on.
Yeah, fair enough. But seriously, go to youtube.com/@thiscrits. Show Lee some love. But yeah, I'm excited to play again. I really enjoyed playing Curse of Strahd. Uber minorist of spoilers. We started with the Death House, so if you want to see some intense action, you can check out that playthrough too. But before I throw it back to Josh, I just want to announce that he had a birthday last week. Yeah, last week. Almost exactly a week ago. Oh, exactly a week ago, something like that. It's not going to air.
It was Wednesday last week. So.
Yeah. So last Wednesday. Whenever you're watching this, it's always the Wednesday prior is when Josh had a birthday. So wish him a happy birthday in the comment section.
Every week, it's the Wednesday prior.
That's how you know. But Josh, happy birthday. It's been wonderful to do JnJake Tabletop with you, which JnJake also had a birthday this weekend.
That's true.
JnJake is 5 years old.
That's crazy.
Oh my god.
Which is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's the same way that this whole adventure is like celebrating 50 years of D&D. Every prior Wednesday to this video is celebrating 5 years of JnJake. So I know that's not when our actual anniversary was, but you know.
That's how it goes.
Those are the rules.
I am feeling old now, I have to say. Like people were joking with me about like, oh, do your knees hurt? And like I've always had on and off issues with like my shoulders and my knees. Nothing serious with my knees. They just like snap a lot and like every now and then they'll hurt. But I used to run a whole lot and I don't really anymore. And so I decided to get a couple of my friends together and we're gonna do a 5K in 2 weeks. Not even 2 weeks. It's like a week and a half now. So I started running again, and like my second time running, I was like, oh man, like my knee kind of hurts. It's like, whatever, and I just ran anyway. And then I've been wanting to do this hike for a long time, and there was like the tiniest idea of a plan that I didn't think was actually going to turn into anything. So like it's not like I ran far. I ran a mile, walked a mile, and then I call up my sister. I'm like, hey, what's going on today? Like, I know we were talking about like maybe getting hibachi, maybe just hanging out, potentially doing this hike. And she's like, oh, I don't know. Ryan's in the shower. Like, I'll let you know when he gets out. And then he ended up like, while we were still on the phone, he came downstairs and she's like, oh, he's in hiking clothes. I guess we're gonna go for a hike. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, yeah, we're leaving in 15 minutes. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right. So now officially my knees hurt after running what I probably shouldn't have, and then doing the hike after that. I'm like, okay, but the picture is nice. So
Yeah. So you're feeling older now.
I'm feeling older now.
Are you? This is a throwback to our last intro at Curse's Tribe, but are you feeling goobers old?
I love that so much that you have this as a prop, Jake. So much. This
Why?
I never had
genuinely
goobers
brings me
before, and I'm going to
so
try it
much
for the
joy.
first time right now.
Are you serious?
Oh,
You've
wow.
never had a goober?
Never tried
The
it.
oldest among us never had them.
Wow.
It's true.
Listen,
But he
he's not
lived-
the one complaining about his knees, though. That's all I'm
He
saying.
lives for Werther's Original,
Yeah.
though.
Honestly,
Normally, I just
so
keep butterscotch in a jar over here. But
Hot candy.
Recently I had there's like a soft like chew Werther's, and those are actually awesome. Let's see.
It's just a chocolate covered peanut instead of.
yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I expected. It's
Yeah,
nice. I like it.
Like, I don't
So-
know what you're expecting, but it's good.
Yeah.
Hey,
I like-
he brought it up on screen, and we needed to give it the the respect it deserved. Okay.
It was quite the debate.
Also, anytime someone puts real life money into a bit, I just appreciate it that much more. I don't, even if it was like $1.50 for a thing of
Joke's on you, I
goobers.
stole this. Time, energy, effort. Yes. Money. Yeah.
All of the above.
All right. Well, this has been lovely. It's nice to be here with all of you. Wow, I forgot I was gonna have to do a recap. It's funny the things that that you skip past when you're prepping for a game. All right. Last time on Vecna, Eve of Ruin, our adventurers had how far back do I want to go? We'll go all the way back, but we'll do it fast. So our adventurers, they're here, they're together, they get called by leader of Neverwinter to investigate some cult happening. They get roped up in the cult of Vecna. He is trying to steal secrets, or at least his cultists are stealing secrets from people of note. Through this investigation and this dungeon delve, they are then scooped up away by a failed wish spell, failed quote unquote. Did it actually fail? Were you the reason? Are you the success? I don't know. From the Wizards 3, three of the most famous wizards in all of D&D lore. I mean, it's not even just Forgotten Realms. They kind of span past that. Illustrial. What's the name of Michael's soon-to-be girlfriend? Tasha. Thank you.
Yes.
And
Eagle
Mordenkainen.
Mixel Pidlick. That's
Wow.
the way it's spelled. Right?
That sounds. It sounds like a rap name.
Superman
why.
villain. Same thing.
Superman villain. Yeah, that works. So you are scooped away by this group. They start arguing what happened. Why are all these shirtless dudes here? They were shirtless, of course, because they were in the fighting pits and about to go to work.
Forgot about it.
And
Wait, you're right. That happened, didn't it?
I think at least one of you was oiled up too.
Aradel was
totally
uncomfortable,
forgot.
but Ramon was massaging him and spreading the oil around.
I forgot about that. Oh man.
It is only weird because you make it weird.
Oh no.
So much has
So-
happened.
So they set you on this quest. Mordenkainen has this idea, hey, we might be able to collect the Rod of Seven Parts, all of the pieces of this MacGuffin, and use it to stop Vecna. So they're continuing their own research, trying to see if there's anything else that they can do. And while they're doing that, the three of you have been going off. You went to... where was the first place? The Underdark. You went to the Underdark. A place called Web's Edge. Fought this crazy spider dragon monster thing. You went to the Astral Sea. And in the Astral Sea, you fought inside the heart of a dying chaos god.
Sure did.
After that, most recently, you went to Eberron. And Eberron is kind of a maze after the last war. The place is all screwed up. There's fog everywhere. Everything, it takes longer to get from point A to point B than it should. But you solved a conflict between these veterans and of the war and Warforged, a Warforged clan. You found a peaceful solution so that they could go their separate ways and without people getting hurt. From there, you went into the biggest colossi that had ever existed. This massive war machine that had kind of fused with a mountain. It had been there so long, the magic force that kind of crushed it into that. There's caves weaving in and out of this monstrosity. And in this, of course, you found the last piece, not the last piece, the most recent piece of the rod. But you also found this sort of this I don't even know how to describe it. I feel like AI is the best way that I could explain it and that we can understand it, but some sort of magical consciousness that existed within the Landro, and it had been here for all this time, stuck in the mountain. It remembers the end of the war, and it had an idea for how you can take this rod piece that was powering it and still keep the Landro alive, or at least the consciousness alive. So you're pretty sure that you successfully kept it alive, that you have this piece, this artifact that contains within it a being, a conscious mind. Now, as a DM, I thought that the group would have given it to, the Warforged, who like look at these colossi and the Landro as almost like deities and the utmost respect, but not our group. No, and I respect them for it. They said, "Science, we're gonna keep this actually."
Don't put that on me. All right.
Hey. It's not a bad thing that you did. It was just a surprising thing to me. That's it.
He wanted to see the world, all of the worlds. And
he said he wanted to go to SeaWorld.
I don't think
Biggus is holding out his hand, going, "Do you trust me?"
Biggus never said he could
show you SeaWorld.
He's a dwarf. His ears are a little crusty. I mean, come on.
Oh, that's great.
So with
much
that,
thunder and lightning.
too many. You slam doors too loud and too often.
The thunder gauntlets. They kind of what?
So with all of that being said, long explanation because it's a new chapter. You have just found this most recent piece of the rod, and you now have gone through the portal. You're back at the Sigil Sanctum. If we want a visual aid of that, I can throw it up on the screen. Do we want that?
Yeah,
I think it's fun.
we have the technology.
We do.
Well, we have a technology, I suppose.
I haven't since the last time, which is when you guys were all getting drunk in here. I forgot that happened.
Yeah, because we got what was a barrel of wine from, or a cask of wine from the crew of the Lambent Zenith.
Yeah, to check
Yeah.
it for freshness.
Yeah, quality.
And once it's
controls
open,
here.
you can't let it go to waste.
That's very true. I mean, if you open a bottle of wine, you have to finish it. Just the quality just drops dramatically. So we'll say they're not hanging out waiting for you. It could be nighttime. Honestly, hard to tell in a place like this. But you have just completed your mission. And you're back in the sanctum. What's
I do feel like the last time we did this, we were a little loud, and it was night, and it felt like, oh, oops, sorry.
So would Milo speak up as a reminder, as being the one who really cares about manners of the group?
He definitely does. Sure, yeah. Milo's probably like, well, last time I think it was me. I felt like maybe we disturbed the house by announcing our return. He just kind of like nervously looks back and forth between Aradel and Biggus, and then his eyes settle on Biggus, but like you see his like eyes go from like quizzical to, oh god, I know what he's about to do.
You're muted.
Would Biggus be
I'll
able
figure
to
it
tell any kind of day? Like,
It's a really interesting question. I mean, there is a clock in here, and the clock says 9:30 at night, because there couldn't possibly be any outside factors that tell you what time of day it is when you're in this space that's kind of like between the astral sea. But they're all smart enough to know that they need to have a way to measure time here. So
I mean, I'm sure they're just waiting for us to get back.
Okay.
We're back. We got the third piece. Practically halfway.
So it's quiet for a little bit. Did you look around before you shouted that, or did you just kind of shout that? All right.
Milo probably nervously does after Biggus does, like, "Ooh."
Tasha is working on her cauldron, and she doesn't even look back at you and just says, "Nice of you to announce your presence."
Thank you.
I
I
don't
like
think
when
we
people
brought
know I'm
presents
around.
this
I didn't catch what you guys said.
I heard I like it when people know I'm around, and I didn't hear what Lee said.
I said I don't think we brought presents this time.
Did you say that? Did Aradel say that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
how
not
disappointing.
not exactly presents, but I do have something very unique that I might need some materials for.
She's like stirring and kind of like throwing things into the cauldron, and just
So
pauses.
one of the things that we met while there was a giant colossi that was broken down back from the war of before, but its consciousness was still alive. And I pull out the artifact. We were able to, as far as I know, store him in here.
So you pull out the elemental gem, and there's like a little bit of like a glow to it. And Tasha is like, you know, she is like feigning disinterest like this whole time. You know, just kind of like lazily working on her brew, and just fully stops, pauses for a moment, and just looks over her shoulder, and you have its consciousness.
Yes, and I mean, I think we were successful.
What are you gonna do with it?
Well, after seeing the Warforged, I was kind of thinking that I might try to build him a new body. I mean, he was stuck there as a Colossus that was unable to move for I don't even know how many years. You know, let him be free and explore.
Oh, I didn't know that's what you were gonna do, Gus. You see Milo's voice trails off, and he has his thinking phase.
I mean, I can't say that I'll be successful, but I've got some ideas, and I mean, I've been kind of tinkering around with it a little bit with Gusling, and I think with some modifications, like, I don't think I could create a consciousness by any means, but infusing something that I've built with something that I might be able to do.
She's now stopped doing what she's doing. She'll really like walk over here, be like, well, are you gonna show it to me?
Of course.
Milo gives Aradel a knowing glance.
I'm gonna set it on the table, that way she can, like, you know, pick it up and look it over. And
All of this is so phrasing. And yeah. And
Whip it out, put it on the table. She can touch it. She can say whatever she wants.
She'll put her glasses on, and just begin to examine whatever. She'll just begin to examine it, and I'm missing all the things. She's like, how interesting. There certainly is like there's like a glow on her hand as she does some sort of like identify magic spell, and she'll just say it's the only thing I can compare this to would be like almost like a lich's phylactery. There is, for all intents and purposes, a soul in here.
that's kind of what I thought. I mean, obviously, I wasn't as sure exactly what level of success this was, but
I've created a lot of things in my time. I've never made a living being.
well, I mean, I would be making the body. The living being already is. I don't claim to for all the things I can do. Yeah, that one that might take me a few more years to master.
She'll chuckle. So how have you thought about how you're going to do it and what you'll need for it yet? Do you have any books on this?
Honestly, I actually created a little list over here of things that I think that I would need. It's actually not quite as bad as you might think. I'd need about 8 pounds of good quality stone, a pound of mithril if you can manage to get it, 4 pounds of platinum, and a young live bald cypress tree. You know, maybe 3 or 4 feet tall. Nothing too large.
She will walk into the garden and drag out a 3-foot cypress tree in a pot, and just say, "Will this do?"
That's perfect. Yes.
I don't think I could do the rest for free, though. But I should be able to source most of it.
I understand. And then, do you have any? For the most part, I don't need too much of I don't need a blacksmithing workshop, but I do need a good base that I can work on that can handle some power being poured into it. You know, thunder, lightning,
Nice.
a little bit of force. Again, not like blacksmithing, but
Um,
I don't want to damage this beautiful place.
you know, for all of its benefits, this is more of a place of potion crafting and spell crafting. I don't know that we have anything similar to a forge.
Well, no, I don't need a forge. I more of just need some sort of even just like something stone that's not gonna chip easily or
Gus,
break easily.
should we go back to NSU?
I mean, that actually, my workshop would be perfect for it, but at the same time, I didn't know what kind of time we had.
Well, I'd like to set up my contingency again, and Milo glances over at Tasha and just says, "Do you wouldn't happen to have any tuning forks specifically attuned to our material plane, or know where I could purchase one here? Do you?"
Sure. Just magical housekeeper, I guess. She'll like walk over, open the drawer, and reach into the drawer, and her hand goes like way deeper than you think it would. It's like just a regular like junk drawer. Maybe it should be like 2 or 3 inches, but she's a foot deep in that. Pulls out a tuning fork and just tosses it to you. So that should do.
Milo does not. He tries, but he drops it. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. And then he kind of goes, and then one that could bring us back here. He kind of just smiles and giggles nervously. Because he has the plane shift spell now, or will, as soon as we long rest.
She's just gonna say, I don't have anything like that, and I'm not sure that Lady Illustrial will hand that sort of thing out to anyone, even you three, as much as we like the 3 of you.
When she says
like
that,
us?
Biggus gives a wink.
Yeah, no. Milo says, "Oh, you like us?"
Perhaps tolerate is a better word.
Of course, yes.
And basically what she thinks you can do is just she can set up a temporary portal that will last in the location of your choosing right now. So the same way that this portal would take you to all of the other realms that you've been to, you know, she can set it so that it's going to take you to your office and it will stay there for the time that you're in Neverwinter. And then when you're finished, you go back to your office, go through the portal, and whoop, it'll go.
That is useful. Yeah. Oh, that's very handy. Thank you.
1 pound of mithril, 4 pounds of platinum. You have your tree.
And the stone, if I'm going back, I have stone at my shop.
And she's going to then let go corner, and just like you see things are gonna be like thrown and floating away, and then she will walk over empty-handed, but a small box will follow, and she's just gonna say it's gonna cost you. Let's call it 400 golds. I think is fair for all the material. It's hard to get.
Biggus digs around and gives it to her.
We could take it out of the party fund if you want. I think that's perfectly acceptable. Unless you're just balling over here.
I mean, I had 800 gold on me.
He's not gonna. He's. Milo's not gonna cramp your style. That was more just
Here's the thing, okay?
table talk.
Biggus may get it back later, but at the moment, he's just giving them money.
Yeah, that's why Milo's not gonna cramp your style.
Thank you so much, and that is amazingly priced as well. So I do appreciate that.
Well, it's a good cause, and quite frankly, I'm interested to see how this turns out.
Me too.
Here's one more thing. And she'll go to her cabinet, and she's just going to be messing around with these ingredients, mixing things together, and there is like a as she starts heating this mixture up, it's like a steam kind of that comes off of this mixture that's being heated up, but it almost looks like there's some sort of life to it, and she will bottle it up, hand it to you, and just say Quicksilver essence. It might help. You might not need it, but you might.
Thank you so much.
That one's on the house. And she'll wink back this time.
Oh.
And she'll just say to you, because she did hear, she heard Milo say, or one of the two of you, I'm not sure which one at this point, said you're not sure how much time you have. Vecna's been at this plot for years. We know he's close, but does close mean a month? Does close mean a year? It's really hard to say. We should be quick, but if you have things you need to do, don't let that stop you completely.
No, I want to be smart, and I mean, thank you for that, because it is hard to say. Like, sometimes it feels like everything has to be today, but planning and doing things the smart way matters even more.
You know what they say. I should leave it at that.
And Biggus just nods, like he knows what they say.
DMs hate this one simple trick.
All right, so should we get some rest, and then curious to hear more about your plans with with this, but maybe it might be time to have some sweet dreams. And Milo kind of looks at Aradel like, you had a dream.
I thought, yeah, we went over this, didn't we?
Yeah, you didn't seem all that excited to achieve one of your most important goals that you've expressed to us that you've ever had, but you know, it's fine.
Cool. It was really cool, but it was someone else's dream. It was
But
like,
you still got to have a dream, Aradel!
it was cool, I guess. I don't know. Biggus was asleep through the whole. It was weird.
This entire time you've been saying you wanted a dream, and now it's just, it was just a dream.
No. Listen. Okay. When people tell me about these things, they always tell me of these fantastical, awesome stories that they experience themselves. I experienced something really cool, but it wasn't me. It was experiencing it. It was something else. I didn't get to do dream things like everyone explains. That was
a vision, not a dream.
That's it's like someone put something into my, it's like, what's the word? Those moving pictures that are newfangled nowadays. They just, you sit down and watch a moving picture. There's no sound or anything, but there's like little text on the pictures sometimes. No, what are they called?
Minor illusion?
Yeah, maybe lots of minor illusions back to back.
A programmed illusion, yeah.
Cinematography?
So, sure, any of those things. It was really cool, but it was like a what's the best way of putting this? It didn't feel like mine. It felt like I was along for a ride, which was great, but I didn't experience.
I will
what
say,
it's
sometimes
truly like.
you feel like that. Sometimes it feels like you're watching a dream from the outside.
And progress is
weird.
progress, Aradel.
Dreams are not one single thing. There's many.
Not at all.
Sometimes you are someone else in your dream. Sometimes it's like you're
Wait,
watching
really?
the dream happen. Yeah.
Okay, well now that throws my whole theory out of a loop. That was really cool either way.
I mean, dreams are not.
I don't know what I'm missing.
Sometimes you're just floating around in a dream. Who knows?
All right, well, here's my next question. Do we know what happened or why it happened or how it happened?
Didn't one of those ghosts or something?
I don't know.
Like-
I was sleeping. I was taking a nap. Why would I know?
Well, that's what I mean. Was it because a ghost did something?
There was some kind of interaction between you and that spirit.
It was very weird. It was very cool, but it was also very weird.
Either way, I'm happy you got to experience that, and I think we should have a drink before we go
I
to bed.
forgot
And
that
just
happened.
Enjoy that.
It's almost like it happened 2 months, 4 months ago.
It's been a while.
Crazy how time flies.
All right, so you take a rest.
I think so.
Did we go back to NSU or did we stay here?
Sounded like you were staying here to sleep,
Okay.
but whatever you
I
guys
figured
want to
we'd
do.
stay, but I wouldn't be opposed to going.
No, we can stay here.
Can you remind us what NSU stands for?
Neverwinter State. Is it undergrad?
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Not a university yet.
I mean, with the fame and
Still working on
fortune
it.
that we bestow upon it, there's a good chance it'll.
I was gonna
get
say there's a
upgraded.
good chance of getting
Someday,
some
maybe.
prestige for yeah.
Then it'll be NSUU for Neverwinter State undergrad and university. It's NSU.
I think this is exactly how it goes.
UAU.
All right, so you're everybody could mark off, if you haven't already, mark off a long rest. And where do you want the portal to take you? You want it to take you to where everything began in Milo's office?
I think that works, or Biggis's workshop. Either way.
Or Biggis's workshop, or you could check out your apartments, see how those are coming along.
Player chat shenanigans.
Yeah, that's fine.
I want to say right outside of Biggis's. Well, no, in Biggis's workshop, because obviously we don't just want a portal just chilling right outside of it.
Sure. Yeah.
I think that's a
okay.
good move.
So you get there. What does Biggis's workshop look like?
It is overall way more organized and clean than you would expect from Biggus. But as Biggus is like so you walk in, it's like everything is like immaculate where it should be and whatnot. Then as Biggus starts to work, in like 15 minutes, it's like a tornado has gone through there, and there is just stuff everywhere. Like, why is there this on the floor? Like, he's, you know, when he's looking for the stone, he's just throwing stuff and whatnot. Like, he'll clean it up later. And just, you know, just moving stuff and throwing stuff and whatnot. He's really clean, but he's a messy worker.
Fair enough. That's great. So you just get right to work immediately? Is that?
We had our long rest. Yeah, I would say Biggus is ready to get to work. He does have a few different like stations. Like he does have a workbench where he does some of his like, you know, carving runes and stuff like that and stuff. And then he has a few different like stone pedestals almost that are like a little bit like counter height to where he can stand and work on a little bit lower so he can do some, I say metal work, but it's more magical metal work than like forging metal work. But first he would start just working on some of the ruins on the metal, and also carving out almost kind of like small little like areas of what would look like the body. So, you know, in the mithril, he's going to be carving out the shape of the arms, just almost kind of like outlining it. That way, when he's working the metal, it will follow that pattern of the outline, and also inscribing some different runes on the arms. You know, he's going to do some runes for speed and strength. The platinum, he would use, you know, he would carve the chest and the legs into that with runes for sturdiness and power. The stone, he would just kind of like, and as he's doing this, he's going to kind of like set it up on one of his larger stone benches or larger stone pedestals that he works on. And he's going to kind of like set it up in the shape of the body, and he's going to set up the stone all around it. And then he's going to kind of lay the tree down by where the legs are, and actually just kind of like lay it so that way it's going up the quote unquote body that he is building. And then he's actually going to get the amethyst that he uses for Gusling's heart, because he had to create something, or Gusling out of something, and amethyst was the catalyst for that. Then he's going to put that and the elemental gem by basically just like the middle of the chest.
All right. And this is taking, why don't you make me 3, I want to say, I mean, what sort of check? Arcana, I guess, checks, or you can use your intelligence modifier, but use a tool proficiency.
If there was any way Milo's Arcana knowledge could help him, he probably would be like just doing a lot of watching. But, you know, like if there was a way he could help, he would.
That was
So,
going to be my next question too. Well, go ahead, Michael.
I was gonna say, how do tool proficiencies work? They just use your proficiency bonus, and that's it.
Yeah, if you have proficiency with the tool, then you add proficiency bonus to it, and we figure out what.
All of them.
Yeah, I
what-
was gonna say, I have proficiency to all.
Yeah, I figured.
I mean, so do you want me to use? So like, I would use like the jeweler's tools for like the ruins and the carving. So
Yeah.
is that something that you want me to do, like a check for that?
Yeah, let's do a check for that.
That is a 22.
22. Yeah, they're coming out really good. Making good time too. Everything it's very intricate, and to those watching, the level of detail. I don't know who carved all of the runes and all of the markings in Biggus's armor and in his bonkus.
It was
But,
big.
Yeah, all right, I figured. But you're seeing a similar craftsmanship, and it's very, very, very well done. This is also taking hours. So with that being said, Aradel, Milo, do the two of you have anything you want to do in the meantime, or is your sole purpose just watching and helping any way you can?
It sounds like outside of theoretical things, there would just be a lot of just actual crafting that Milo would be like, you want help? And Biggus is probably like, I got it. I can't, like, no, I don't want you to touch this.
So there is one thing that Biggus is gonna ask for Milo's assistance on, and it is there a way to fuse the elemental gem and the amethyst together to kind of get that to like,
Yeah.
I know how to grow the amethyst to like create the body and do stuff like that, but I want to see if I can get some help from him, and maybe with some of the Quicksilver essence too, if he thinks that might help get things started as well.
Yeah. I think there's an element of, as soon as the idea was even brought up, that Milo wasn't quite getting as much sleep as he could, because he was just like, how would you do that? Could you do this? Could you do that? Like, like he would just have been thinking about it all night, and then actually watching you do this, he's like, yeah, that makes sense. Like he's probably just geeking out about it. So I mean, I don't know if you want me to make a check or anything like that, Josh.
Yeah, roll Arcana.
Okay. That's a natural 2 for a 17.
A natural 2 for a 17.
I just wanted to say that because he has expertise in it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So
But if he needs to go
We'll
look something
say-
up, like
that's exactly what I was gonna say. Like it's not something that comes to you immediately, but you think you have some books on it, and through a little bit of studying, you kind of come to a way that you think you can achieve what Biggus is looking to do there.
maybe I want to check a couple of books in my office to make sure I
Sure. Yeah.
have the idea down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus he'd want to check in on Kelly, see how that's going, see how his aunt is doing. Maybe check out somebody that he left.
Go right ahead. Yeah. Well, so you go to your office.
Yeah, I'm sure that would be the closest thing to where he is now. So
When you get to your office, you have a section of your desk that normally has like papers and tests and homeworks and things that haven't been graded yet, that like it's your like to-do pile. And oh man, it is vast. It is a very thick and tall pile of papers, lots of quizzes, and in addition to that, right on your desk next to it, there's a letter that just says Mr. Copperkettle.
Did Aradel come with Milo, or is Aradel chilling with Biggus?
Oh yeah, I would come with you. I know better to get between Biggus and anything that he's interested in.
I kind of figured.
But as they're going, Biggus goes, "Don't go too far. I will need you later."
Okay. You got it.
Yeah. Milo looks at that pile, kind of scratches his head, looks at Aradel like, ooh. But then he picks up the letter and also kind of shows it to him, and then opens up the letter.
Yeah. So it smells like perfume. It's very nice. Like it's written in very nice handwriting, very nice cursive. And inside, the first thing you see are there's 2 tickets to it says it's Bardic Hearts, a Ballad of Blades and Betrayal. The lead is a familiar name in Drina Lamson Settle. For those who are starting 21 episodes in, you're crazy, but that's from I don't know, maybe like episode 3. That's one of the people who you saved from the original Vecna cult. And there's a handwritten note that just says, Dear Milo, thank you for everything you've done for me. I know you're a fan. I'd love for you to see this play. You and a guest, if you would like.
Milo probably looks up at Aradel. His face gets beet red, and he just looks down and tries to play it cool. And he just looks at the date of the tickets. Is it an open-ended thing? And he tries to think is this something that's a running show? You know what I mean? He's oh, okay. Did I miss it?
It's so I don't know the days of the 10-day, but it is the equivalent of Sunday, which is today, and it's tonight.
Okay. He looks up at Aradel, and you just see his those big brown eyes of his just looking at you like,
oh, look at me.
No, he didn't show you what it is yet. He's
okay. Okay.
But that's his thought. He's he would want to take Aradel because he knows Biggus is going to be busy. But he also knows Aradel, neither Aradel nor Biggus would probably, well, actually, no, Biggus might. What did you say? Her performance is legendary? That was the short we made. I need to see my aunt, Annabeth. Perhaps might be a nice way to catch up with her, maybe catch a show. And he kind of eyes Aradel.
Yeah, he walked into that room with you, saw the giant pile, and immediately just starts twiddling his thumbs, just trying to keep his mind off of things.
Yeah, okay,
he's completely oblivious to what you're doing. Yeah.
Cool. Outside of that, he probably just tries to check a few books to see if he's on the right track with some of his thinking. And then he would want to next go find his aunt to invite her to a play.
All right. Aradel, are you going to go with him to his aunt? Are you going to take a rest? Are you going to go to Biggus and help him? Anything that you want to do? You don't have to. I'm just.
Yeah, I want to do something completely. Once Milo goes off and does his own thing, I'll just go do whatever you're doing. I'll catch up. I'll hang out with Biggus for a bit.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Biggus while Milo's traveling. And we'll say you have 3 hours before that play actually is gonna start. So, or before when when Milo would think he should arrive. How about that?
Well said.
I do want to try something when Milo leaves first. If that's cool beans. Assuming Milo now, when you leave Milo, would you be what's the word? Aloof in the moments of you leaving? With thoughts of whatever's going to happen or whatever you're doing tonight?
Oh yeah, his mind would be in probably about 12 different places.
Perfect. Aradel, whenever you leave, Aradel's gonna try to find like in Milo's room or his office, like the equivalent of a beginner's book of magic.
Okay.
And he's just gonna try to read it in a desperate hope to try to impress someone eventually, secretly.
Oh, I love that. Okay.
I would think there's some kind of equivalent.
Yeah, there's got to be something, but like, you know.
Loved that so much I knocked my headphones out. I mean, Milo teaches. So I would think that there is something, whether it's probably not a book that he would read, but maybe it's like assigned reading for like a 101 class. Is that what's your take on that, Jake? Is that something you may or may not find in your office? Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you
any kind of scholastic.
It's like a book written by Biggus that he forces the class to buy. Just like college.
16th edition.
Yeah.
They changed 12 words total from the 15th edition, but you got to get the 16th edition.
It's 100 gold.
Oh, no. What a ripoff.
Why don't you? How long are you going to spend reading this?
I mean, I'll probably just take the book and then go outside of wherever Biggus's workshop is and just, try to sneakily read. And, as long as, even if it's not just tonight, however long we're doing this for, just keep reading that book until I can do something magical.
Make a stealth check and make an intelligence check.
I'm very good at all of those things.
I mean, if he's trying to hide it from me, I don't even think I'm paying attention.
Well, I think you probably went to find your aunt. That's
what I mean. I'm like,
I think that
I got a 13 on a stealth check.
Okay.
And then for an intelligence, I got a 5.
Okay, that's all right.
The gentleman's 5.
The gentleman's 5.
Gentleman's 5, yes.
Okay, great. Yeah, I was gonna say if you like really did poorly on the stealth check, then that was gonna be like you're gonna have a harder time learning if you're paying more attention to is someone watching me? That was my take on that. But okay, do me a favor and just mark a 5 down somewhere.
You got it, Chief.
Biggus, back to you. You had just started working. I think you just placed the amethyst, I think?
Yes, the amethyst and the elemental gem.
Okay.
All right. So then I would once I place the amethyst and the elemental gem into the center of the chest area, I would start using my magic to start shaping the body. And literally the stone would start to lift into the air and seemingly just to kind of almost become one with the metal. The mithril taking shape of the arms, and like obviously it wasn't a very big piece of mithril, but it seems to grow and like add shape to it as it's growing and filling.
How noisy is this?
Getting larger. I would say it's not so much noisy as it's more of like a low rumble, and it's almost like if a train was passing by nearby with the ground like kind of shaking. That's what the what the stone desk would be kind of like doing, and almost like everything on it would just be kind of almost like vibrating with a low rumble. Not it's like super loud yet. That'll happen later.
Okay.
As it's starting to form. And you would see the mithril taking the shape of the arms and growing, the platinum starting to take the shape of the body, torso, and legs. And it also, you would almost see like the metal start to like envelop the tree as well. And then if you're looking at the color of the metal, you can almost start to see like the wood is becoming one with it, but it's also almost like it's marbling inside, like it all together. So you can kind of like see the lines of it. But at the same time, if you were to touch it, it all feels the same. It's not like you can feel the difference between the metal and the wood, but you can see the color of it as it's melding together.
Cool.
And then, so I would say this probably is going to take a few hours. And for the next part, I actually will, before we can like continue forward, I actually need Aradel to come back.
Okay. Before we do that, back to Milo. Milo, you're at your aunt's place.
Yeah, I don't necessarily like have something specific that I wanted to accomplish from the scene other than to just like let her know that I'm here and okay.
Okay. Yeah.
But
She's very happy to
just
see
be
you.
A little knock on the door, like, and then just invite her to the play. Like, I just feel like that's what Milo would do.
Yeah, I feel like the way that I imagine your family being, and correct me if this is wrong, she's excited, she's happy to see you, she's asking why she hasn't seen you in so long. Not that it's necessarily been a long time, but family is family.
Like a week.
And then she's excited about this play, but almost like off-put that it's so last minute. Like really, like you just found out about this now? Did you actually just like that kind of thing? And like, I'll have to move some things around, like that kind of response. Is that accurate, or is that too harsh?
That might be a little harsh in the way I imagine it. Their specifically their relationship.
Sure.
But either way, he'd be like, "Well, I was just in Eberron yesterday." Like he was waiting for me on my desk, that kind of a thing. And as soon as I,
and I
even
think,
if there's a little bit of a joke, like a half serious, half joke to all of it.
Yeah. Well, I feel like really what I was meaning by that is there is a real stress in the background of, do I have a dress fancy enough that's ready to take to, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, I would have prepared if
Sure.
But yeah, she's absolutely, she's down. She will join you, and she's very grateful.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. And he says, and if you can keep, sure you have been, but keep an eye on Kelly. It looks like there's a lot of tests and paperwork I need to catch up.
That Kelly.
Yes. She works hard. She's a good girl.
The students love her.
But I should probably check in with Gus. He's doing something incredible. But I'll pick you up. I'll pick you up at what time of the? I'll pick up like an hour before it starts. Yeah.
Sounds good.
And then he's just gonna beeline it to go back to Biggus's office or workshop. I mean.
So back at the workshop, you can pull Aradel in, and then at any point when any of you think it makes sense, Milo is there. So I'll pass it to you.
What I am gonna advise Milo to do, I would want Milo here as well, if you start to see the electricity sparking off to the point that it is starting to hit us around, the lightning that's going to be coming off this, can you cast absorb elements on this material here to contain it in the body?
That's actually part of what I was wondering, and I've been thinking about it, and he starts to geek out about it. But he's excited. He's like, yes, I would love to try.
If you just see it rolling, you can, it's fine. But if you see it starting to like actually come off, if you could do that.
Takes out his wand. I'm on it, Gus.
Aradel, I've seen you create lightning out of your sword. How do you do that? Are you... If I told you at some point to stick your sword into here with the lightning, would you be able to do that?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Okay. Can you get it charged and ready? I'm not sure exactly how you
much?
do what you do. As much as you've got.
Okay.
All right. So then Biggus starts channeling again into it, and at this point you start to see the amethyst start like kind of like growing and like going over the elemental gem, and as it starts to do that, he actually pours the quicksilver essence onto the elemental gem, so then it kind of like spills over to where the amethyst is going. And when you see that happen, the amethyst actually, it almost like, whereas before it was like crystallizing almost around it, now it actually seems like it's like seeping into the elemental gem as it's growing around. And then it's also starting to grow brighter as that's happening as well. And there is an immense amount of heat coming off of this. Like, I know, Milo is standing a little ways back and like he can feel it. Biggus is starting to sweat because he's like standing right there with it. And as he continues working, you can start to see like it looks like there's sparks and lightning just like rolling across the body just as it's continuing to form, and the chest is starting to like slowly like close up and finish. And then Biggus as it's starting to like just be about this much left to finish, that's when Biggus says, Aradel, poke it now. And
You got it, Chief.
Roll an attack.
DMs hate this one simple trick. I'm gonna use my advantage. Okay, that's a 24.
Right.
If you get under a 5, you stab me by accident.
Yeah, I might have missed.
And as he does that, he kind of also glances at Milo and gives him a nod to put some absorb elements, because you could start to see it like gum up. And then he actually grabs Bonkus and he slams them all down like this, like just literally on this part right above where it's starting to seal up, kind of like starting to almost seal around where Aradel's, sword is poking in there, and just like channeling everything I've got with all the thunder and lightning, thunder gauntlets, like literally my hands are glowing as this is going on, and it is a boom. Like, I don't know if any of us will be able to hear right when I'm finished.
Everyone's ears are ringing.
And at that moment, all of a sudden, you just start to see, it's almost like Landro's head starts to grow out of the body. Like there was no head before, it was just a body. And it's just like, you just see it just like emerge out, and I also signal to Aradel that he can pull his blade out to let it finish sealing. But Leandro's head starts to form, and at this point, I would say that the formation of Leandro's head is solely based on Leandro. Like, it's how he sees himself. With the energy that I poured in, that's not something that I've created, that's him.
Awesome. So there's this boom. Everyone's ears are ringing. There's
I would say I blew my
lights.
doors open and probably actually broke a couple of them as well.
Yeah, doors are broken open. Strong chance that some of the windows nearby, I don't think you have windows in this room, but nearby might have broken as well. There are books are on the ground, little like nuts and bolts, so like kind of flew and hit the wall. And let's just take 5 minutes before we do anything else.
Here at J&J Tabletop, we're trying to help you get the most out of your games by helping you unlock what works best for you at your table. Whether you're a player or dungeon master, or even play other systems, we'll help you take your experiences to the next level. Subscribe today and get even more out of your games. Our very own Lee, who plays Aradel Brightmaw, also created our intro video, scaled Mount Kilimanjaro, and is as Irish as they come. He also has his YouTube channel dedicated entirely to making D&D fun again. Highly imitated, never duplicated. You will laugh, learn, and enjoy his content, so head to youtube.com/@thiscrits and subscribe today. Our character art was created by Kaya from fablewoodgoods.com. Fablewood Goods is an immersive fantasy business for authors, books, and brands. Explore the Fablewoods' unique lore through seasonal shop updates filled with enchanted forests, dragons, and fae, or bring the magic to life with custom merch and illustration for your own worlds and whimsies. Our graphic overlays were created by our very own Jake at TTRPGoverlay.com. TTRPGoverlay.com is the premier resource for quality D&D and TTRPG actual play graphic overlays. Our overlay packs, like this one, the Lich King, are designed to be simple and enhance your content, which in our opinion is you. Stop by today and check out what we've got, including some free examples. Remember, you and your content are special. Our products help everyone see that. We appreciate every kind of support that J&J Tabletop gets. Watching and sharing our videos will always be the primary way you can do that. However, if you enjoy our content, please consider joining our channel as a member. It's a direct way to let us know you believe in what we are doing, and it helps us improve our content. We will be adding to the list of perks we offer as we get ideas, so check back regularly to see what's new.
Don't forget to smash that like button.
Alrighty, thanks for your patience. Everybody's feeling hydrated or whatever. And where we had just left off, Biggus was creating the vessel for the Landro. And it is like it's like every mad scientist thing you've ever seen. I mean, there's insane noises, there's extreme heat, there's lightning, there's absorb elements, there are now actual spells as well as physical tools being used. By the way, Biggus has super inspiration now. I'm not sure what that means, but you definitely give yourself inspiration. And as the head begins to sprout out of this creation, Landro, what does it look like?
So as this starts to emerge from this effectively carapace of stone and metal, it almost looks like a budding tree. Like the tree itself, the trunk starts growing up, and as it grows up, it starts to twist and unfurl, and in the gaps of the fibers of the tree, you see stone starting to peek through, and you just see these like flashes of the platinum and the mithril. With this just soft, like purple underglow almost. And as this kind of opens up around the head, almost like a bud, like a flower blooming, it looks like this, just like almost geometric, like you would see with like a highly cut and like faceted gemstone, where you have all these different facets around the back, almost forming like a smooth bald head. As it comes forward, there's almost like this visor like brow that extends down with this like amethyst gem visor, basically.
There it is. There's a living, breathing person thing, being, we'll call it. How does everyone react?
So, has he sat up, or like, other than the head growing out, has he moved at all? Because at the moment, Biggus is like, just like his breath is like held for just like, did this actually work?
I'll let Nooch decide, and also worth saying, Nooch is our new player. He's player 4 here. He's gonna be joining us for the rest of this campaign.
Landro's gonna hold the silence and the pause and like feel the tension, and then he's just gonna quickly snap up and sit straight up.
Milo fell for that. He was like leaning in, like, oh. He definitely fell for that.
Ears
Hey, Biggus.
And he just like looks at Biggus. He looks at Biggus with like the biggest, like he's so happy right now.
What? No
He
cake?
just keeps looking.
It's my
Do you
birthday,
want a cake?
after all.
I think we need a cake.
We do.
What is Aradel doing?
It's like, oh, great, another comedian.
Just what he needed, more magic in the group.
Nothing.
Seriously, what is Aradel doing?
Oh, you're muted.
Oh, you're muted.
We're just nonverbal.
Oh.
I don't.
So, I said, I really hope this guy's charisma is higher than mine. Yeah, I mean, Aradel doesn't understand what the hell just happened, so he's just, oh, hi, and I'll just grab his hand or go to shake his hand. Couldn't do this before.
I'll kind of like also like extend my hand, but not take his hand, just also reach it out next to his.
Wow, this is parallels to my first session, isn't it, guys?
Landro, how do you feel?
Feeling's a weird one.
I mean, I know it's much smaller than your last one, but
Last one. Oh, I suppose. Yes. I feel some of my memories may be a bit corrupted. A bit hazy.
Yeah, I'd say like anything from Eberron, you could probably like research and think and get that sort of information if you wanted it, but it's definitely vague and hazy, exactly like you said.
well, I figured after your assistance, this was the least I could do to give you the ability to see things again.
Well, I suppose you try taking a step. And very much like a baby deer tries to like stand up, but is also trying to figure out like legs. It's just like, oh, okay. I'll like kind of like hold on to like the bench and like Biggus to like steady himself and slowly stand up.
Gus, this is incredible.
Well, I mean, it's what I do.
Milo just
No.
nods like, yeah.
No, but seriously, I mean, I couldn't have done this without everyone. You know, some things are even too much just for me.
Huh. This sounds like a play or a show that we could create. As Milo's kind of trails off for a second. He kind of like frames his hands around like Landro's face and just says, "My 3 dads." And he just like looks at Landro to see like how he'll react to that, or if he'll react to that.
It is hard to get a read on Landro, seeing as he doesn't have normal facial features that move and is basically just a weird gem helmet for a head.
Gem helmet, I love it.
Yeah.
Or is it 3 men and a stone?
I was going for 2.5 men, so you mean it's how Milo's the smaller guy, but you know.
Wow.
Pretty good.
He looks up. Milo just looks up at Aradel, and he kind of has like half of a glare and then just nods like, "Okay, I got you."
Biggus just kind of reaches over and gives Aradel a dap.
do 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 do.
Well, what's the time situation looking like? Is it getting close to where I need to? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you have like 20 minutes of downtime before you need to head to your ends.
Yeah. Milo actually says, "I need to get changed and cleaned up a bit. I'm taking my aunt to a play tonight."
Oh, that sounds awesome. What play are you seeing?
I should have wrote it down. Classic.
That's an odd name for a play.
Bardic Hearts, a ballad of blades and betrayal.
Bard Hearts, a ballad of blades and betrayal.
Oh, I've heard that's a good one.
Some tickets were left for me. Well,
From a certain someone.
yes, that's correct.
Backstage passes.
And then he just walks away to leave to go change.
So Milo's getting changed. He's doing his thing. Anything you guys want to role play, or any housekeeping things you guys want to take care of, aside from Milo, obviously. Right.
I don't.
Milo, how long does it take you to get ready? I was gonna say 5 minutes, but this is Milo. How long does it take you to get ready? How much time?
Even having a spell like prestidigitation, he's like, not only does he want to look nice for his aunt, but you don't know how the night could go, and so he wants to look extra good, and so he's actually like 10 minutes late picking up his aunt, I think, but he's like super stressed about it. Like he's like zipping on his broom to like fly over to where she is. Like it's even probably burns a spell slot on sending, like, I'm on my way. Like, you know.
No flowers?
Oh, you forgot the flowers. Actually, she's a halfling. She's got to have flowers in her yard. Milo, Milo takes some flowers out of his aunt's yard.
Wow. That's like me and Corey, I guess I won't say his last name. Corey, I won't dox him. Friend from high school. Circa like 2011, driving around parking lots, stealing flowers to make a bouquet for his girlfriends because both of us were broke. That was yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you steal flowers from, not steal.
Oh, he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't hide it. He just says, I need to do this.
Yeah, she'll ask how she can help. Do you want paper or do you want a vase?
Paper, because you got to be able to toss the flowers.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're shattering pottery or glass, and it doesn't go well on a stage.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Between the two of them, they really try to make it look nice and simple.
Yeah. Roll me. What do you think you should roll for creating a really nice bouquet of flowers?
It's either wisdom or charisma, I would think, because it's style.
Yeah. Why don't you just roll a d20 and we'll see where it.
Essentially, that's what it would have been anyway. So. A gentleman's 10.
Okay. Well, you had a gentlewoman's 19 to add to that, so it looks great.
Yes.
Yeah, you go there, you present your tickets, and they actually, the staff is extra friendly to you. It seems. They make sure you have a drink if you want a drink. And they take you to your seats, and they're right up front. You see the play.
Oh, you're rolling performance checks for them.
Not the best performance you've ever seen from Miss Lamson Settle. Like, it was
Okay.
It was fine, but it wasn't her best work by far.
Do I know if this is like did this show just open?
This is opening night. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Milo says nothing, at least not to his aunt. But there probably was a knowing glance or two.
It's just, let's see. That was the first half. You have an intermission. Brings it back in the second half. Your aunt is moved to tears.
Ooh, okay.
That good. Yep. Yeah, and just for look, I don't use GPT for anything serious, but I for sure use it for just random things like this. So our description is it's a dramatic and romantic musical featuring a traveling bard who gets caught up in a web of political intrigue, love triangles, and sword fights, complete with magical stage effects and enchanted instruments. So it has ended. The performers take a bow. You have a backstage pass.
Yeah, definitely would go to see her.
And did you tell your aunt how you came to know this person?
I would have. I mean, actually, we forgot her secret because that was the secret we used. But yes, that we rescued her. The whole deal. I mean, Milo would have been filling her in. That was part of catching up earlier on. Like we're going against Vecna, this and that, like all that stuff.
Forgot something. I forgot something with the creation of Belandro. We'll get there. We'll get there. Okay, yeah. So she knows, and yeah, she's just kind of like following your lead. She's like, oh my god, I can't believe we get to meet Miss Lamson Settle.
I know, that's so good.
I've followed her since she was gosh, trying to think of what's the animal crackers in my soup? Whatever that is. That's what I was gonna try to come up with a D&D version of that.
Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple. Yeah, that's okay. But
Just-
yeah,
just
so
play
you're
it cool. Don't be too starstruck.
Yeah, so you are taken backstage, and there's a lot of people kind of like running around, people excited, people mad, whatever. Lamps and Settle has her own kind of room, and you're brought in, and she says, "Oh, Milo, you came, and you brought a guest."
Yes, Miss Lamson settled. This is my aunt Annabeth Copperkettle, Dr. Annabeth Copperkettle. It was wonderful to see you. You were magnificent tonight. Thank you so much for these tickets. They were wonderful.
Of course, it was the least I could do. This wouldn't have happened without your nephew. She says to your aunt, Dr. Copperkettle. This wouldn't have happened without your nephew. Yeah, thank you for being here. I don't think it was the first performance. There's always getting out the kinks, but I think it went well. How was it?
Milo just smiles and says, "It was an honor to be here for the first time, and really, you brought everything together so well in the end. It was truly great to be here."
Give me some sort of charisma check.
They're all +0, so
Well,
another gentleman's 10.
okay. Really, wisdom.
That's my charisma modifier.
Like if you were gonna do a persuasion, it's +10.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's awesome, and that is a
Like, that'd
much
be a
needed
D20.
addition to this group. She's very grateful. Then she'll just ask what the two of you are, how the two of you are spending the rest of your night.
I mean, we didn't have any plans with the guys, so I mean, Milo was in this moment. He's actually feeling extremely torn, but he, I believe we told her that. Does she know that we're doing Vecna things? I think she does. Sort of. I mean, that's how we met.
Yeah, I don't know if she knows the specifics, but she knew
Yeah.
that she was kidnapped by a cult, and
Yeah. Well, I've been extremely busy lately, and I don't think I'll have another free night to myself in quite some time. So if you'd like to grab some dinner, it would be wonderful to. He just looks at both his aunt and her to take the two most beautiful women I've ever seen on a date.
Okay, we're gonna.
He was overplaying the corniness for part of the charm, but
No.
Whatever you gotta do.
That's okay. Nooch, roll me a d20. If it's 11 or more, the aunt is leaving, and if it's less than that, then she's going out with you guys.
I'm happy either way.
5.
Fuck.
All right. Yeah, you're taking the two
I'm
most
in.
beautiful women.
Third wheeling.
No, Milo is
Um,
genuinely happy to spend time with both of them.
Okay, we'll say it's a very nice dinner.
Yeah. Again, Milo's not looking to really do anything right now because he knows that he's already died once on this journey. So he's just hoping some things could be there if it happened, if they
Sure.
succeed.
Sure.
Yeah.
Give me one more charisma, Jake, and
Okay.
Michael, roll me a d20.
Oh boy. 17 isn't too bad.
17 is very good.
8.
8. All right. Yeah. Great dinner. I think it went really well. Everybody connected really well. And your aunt is hanging out the whole time. So you tell me what happens now. You have paid
Honestly,
the bill.
Yeah, no, Milo happily pays the bill. He does all the things that would be expected of a gentleman of his station, and would walk the two of them back.
They live on opposite sides of Neverwinter.
Yep. If you say they're equidistant from the playhouse. No, he would bring Miss Lamson.
Not from the
Settle
playhouse, but from the
first.
restaurant. Yes.
From the restaurant, yeah. No, he would bring her back to wherever she's got to go first, and then take her aunt back. Because I'm guessing her aunt lives closer to the the college. Excuse me.
The college, exactly. Yep. Cool. You get a high five from the other Dr. Copperkettle. She thanks you for a wonderful night. Kiss on the cheek. Then, unless there's something else you wanted from all of that,
I think Milo actually would try to kiss her.
I was fully talking about your aunt in that moment, so let me.
Well, she would get a kiss on the cheek.
So go for it.
I think you would nothing crazy. Roll for incest.
Genuinely.
Roll for Targaryenism.
I'm not trying to mess with you by saying that. That was just all right. Yeah, no, you could. I think if I remember correctly, it was a while ago. This is like almost a year ago, actually, at this point. But I think you guys kissed the first time you dropped her off. So yeah, she'll kiss you.
Maybe. Yeah. And that's it. And he just says this, it was wonderful to see you, and if everything irons out and I'm no longer needed in the field, I would love to take in another show someday. And he just
Don't
leaves
keep
it.
me waiting too long. And
Fate of the multiverse, you know.
priorities. So now
he returns the high five to his aunt.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's as far as that goes.
Oh, okay. All right.
And
Wonderful.
and she's also a wizard, so she actually on the way back, and it just says, and explains everything that happened with Landro and what Biggus was really able to do.
Yeah, she's amazed, but she's kind of knocked out. She needs to get her rest, but she does want to meet Landro at some point. Yeah, and she's got an Entenmann's cake.
Yes.
Wow.
Come on over. But I mean, no, he doesn't. He doesn't like drag it out. He just says, "If I'll try to send word when I can," but we've been trying to do some really important things. But just know that I love you, and that as soon as I can, I'll be back. It'll be back to normal soon. He's clearly trying to convince himself of that too. But
she'll give you a hug and then just say that if anyone can make this right, it's Milo Copperkettle and Biggus Broodfist.
It's good to have a friend along. And I don't think you've met Mr. Aradel yet, but he's a good one too. Usually. He made a short joke recently, and frankly, I deserved it. Actually, it was quite good. I have to give him credit on that.
I don't know. You could say you deserved it if you'd like, but I find short jokes are always a low blow. And she winks.
I see what you did there.
You could say it's below the belt.
But other than that, I don't have anything really else I want to do here, unless you did.
Good stuff. All right, the three amigos. While Milo was at his play, is there anything you wanted to do? Is there anything that Landro wanted to experience? Did you take him out, drink? Did you get him drunk his first night in a body? What's going on?
Does he even have a mouth? Can he eat cake?
I guess that's up to Nooch, but you absolutely could.
Let's say he's got a little opening like C3PO, just like a little.
I mean, Nooch, what do you want to do, or what does Landro want to do?
Well, I think I would very much like to live. So let's pretend that it's your first day. What would you do today?
Well, I mean, you want to see what the body can do? You want to run around a little bit? Maybe do a little sword fighting. See if that if you're any good with the blade.
Let's
See how high you
So
can
well
jump.
done. That was so
Long jump.
well done.
He'll just kind of like. He'll jump.
Oh, man.
He'll try and jump as high as he possibly can.
Oh, there's rules for this. Does anyone remember how you could find out how far you could jump? Doesn't
Rules be
matter.
damned. Not
It doesn't
far.
matter. It's far. Yeah. It's. Do I need to look that up, or are we happy to
can
just
look
say
it
that
up.
you jump pretty far?
We could just say
I'll
that
look it
I
up,
jump
but
far.
You
that's
guys
fine.
can keep going.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it's not like
Um,
I'm looking for like specific metrics. More so, just like to get him to test. I mean, he was shaky standing up at first, so like just kind of like
Sure.
getting a feel of himself, you know.
So maybe your
I'm
first
gonna-
jump is a little sloppy, but your second one is your strength score in feet.
in feet
Mm-hmm.
score, not modifier.
The horizontal jump, at least. Vertical jump, I don't think there's a.
That's
I don't think
crazy.
they have
That's
a rule for
11
that.
feet. I guess that makes sense because I can't jump 0 feet. I'm gonna try and like take a couple steps around. Like, I'll take a couple steps, and then I'll try and like, kind of like slide and like flow and like rotate and kind of like move through things. And kind of like rotate around like the bench and around the room. Is there a doorway and is it open?
Yeah,
The
the
door
door's
is
all messed up.
broken off the hinges.
There is also a field, a soccer field, but they do have those football things that you could push.
All right. If there's an open door, I am going to run full speed out that door. And I'm just going to pick a direction and I'm going to run as fast as I possibly can in that direction until.
Run, Landro, run.
And I'm just going to like do dumb stuff like this.
I love it. We need someone who's good at like animating things to just
I
make
just want
us
to see him
a
doing cartwheels
montage.
through the field.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna,
it would go back and forth between like Milo sitting down like in awe at this play, and like him having dinner and whatever and all of this, to I almost imagine like the like you have the running and the jumping and all of that. But if anyone, I know Jake watches Community, if anyone knows the episode where Abed is like, wait, if you're gonna drunk dial Britta, you need to get drunk. And the two of them get drunk together, and it's just all ridiculous. That's what I'm imagining, but with Landro. So
yeah, no, just unadulterated debauchery.
love
I'll try and pick up one of the goalposts. I won't be able to. So I'll just kind of like punch it a couple times and then go run off somewhere else.
That's awesome. I feel like Milo gets back and you see three people of varying heights just running around on the field doing all sorts of nonsense.
I think Milo just floats in, just comes cruising in on his broom. What are you guys doing?
Experiencing life.
Lips and shit.
Oh. What do you think, Landro?
I think it's a good day to be alive.
Also known as
I agree.
Tuesday.
Is there anything else that you all wanted to make sure you accomplished before you turned in for the night? We'll say by the time Milo joins you, it's like 10 p.m., but obviously you had a few hours before that. So anything you wanted to do, you probably would have had time to do within reason. All right. I will take silence as a no. You're able to you know that there's an apartment being built for the three of you, but it's only been about a week, and you're already at NSU, which you have quarters at. So you know you're welcome to stay there. You do have guest lodgings that Landro could stay in.
Yeah, I guess we would just stay here. Or actually, take out the mansion.
Do that too.
Milo's magnificent mansion. Here we go. Boom.
All right. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, unless there's anything specific scenes you guys want to do or something, I'm good.
Great. You three are able to, or you four, sorry, are able to take another long rest. There's one thing that I really wanted to be part of the process of creating Landro. And I forgot to mention it because this is like 3 or 4 weeks after we were supposed to have this session. And I wanted Biggus to use a secret as part of the creation process of just kind of imbuing Landro with a secret. How do we feel about that? If Biggus felt like that would help the process, would you have done it?
I say heck yeah. It just sounds like fun to me.
So here's the thing. If I thought it would have helped the process, yes, he would have done it.
Right. Then pick a secret. And you can tell me later. This doesn't have to be right now. It's okay. You take your other rests. It's morning. We'll say you all walk out of the mansion to people doing suicide runs on the field, and they're all like, what? Dr. Copperkettle?
Yeah, sure. We did it right in the field. Why not?
Well, hey, I mean, you could have done it wherever you wanted, but this
is more fun. This is more fun. Yes, carry on.
Yeah, kind of confused. They're like, I haven't seen the three of them for a week. Who's that other person with them? You know, and like kids are yapping. But as you get back in, you know, to your respective offices, wherever you would have wanted to go, as you're on your way back in, you hear a familiar voice behind you say, Dr. Copperkettle? Dr. Broodfist? Where have you been? It's been a whole week. More than a week.
Well, Kelly, hello. It's nice to see you. As I explained, I might be away for the rest of the semester because Lord Neverember had a very special and important job for us. Actually, I noticed quite a pile of papers that need grading. They're not going to grade themselves, young lady.
I'm not the one who assigned papers before running away on some special vacation.
Vacation. I did die this week, actually.
Oh
case
yeah,
you were interested.
didn't we all? Me too.
Well, this is part of your job, Kelly. I know.
I'm
I'm asking
dying.
a lot of you.
Right now, Milo, I'm dying right now. Oh, hi,
Thank you
Mr.
for your help,
Brightmaw.
Oh boy.
Can't
Milo
right now.
glances over
Hey,
and
give me a minute. I gotta compose myself. This king voice. Oh.
Milo just glances at Biggus. Landro, this is going to be an interesting learning opportunity.
Yeah. Hi.
Is he new friends?
He died. This is. Is it Landro? This is Landro.
Nice to meet you. She'll put out her hand to shake your hand.
I'll put his hand next to it. Hello.
Come on. I showed you this, Landro. We went over this already.
Right. Sorry. And then I'll take her hand.
Sorry,
Like,
Stu.
What was he born yesterday?
Like I'll
Am I right?
squeeze the hand.
Actually, he
Yeah.
was.
Okay, all right. Oh, something came for you. Must have been like 3 days ago. Hold on. And she takes out another letter. It's more of a note, really. So this very handsome gentleman came by and dropped it off. Not as handsome as you, Aradel. And she'll it's a note, kind of hastily written, and it basically it's just I don't have a verbatim written out, but it's a letter from Ramon Encarnacion. You had last seen him at the fighting pits, and it basically is just saying, like, you kind of disappeared in the middle of our last interaction. I was told I could find you here if you want to learn more about my previous experiences with the Vecna cult. I've heard that there's some activity happening outside of Phandalin.
Milo shares the
And
note with Biggus and Aradel.
He has a location kind of pointed on a map.
I think we should head there straight away.
Yeah.
How far away is Phandalin?
It, like, at a normal speed, couple days.
Do you mean Fandalin?
Yes. Yes.
Has Milo ever been there before? Or does he know of a teleportation circle there?
You don't know of a teleportation circle there. I mean, you might have. It's really just kind of like a middle of nowhere town. Like, there's nothing. You know, you heard about a dragon that was causing some problems there. Maybe like 10 years ago, but nothing. It's not anything of note. You would have had no reason to go there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just looking at the teleportation outcomes, and I think that sounds like it wouldn't even be seen casually. It sounds like this is viewed once or described.
It's a specific spot. He kind of like just drew out a portion. It's not like in the town of Phandalin. It's just that's the closest town.
Yeah. If I was a bit more familiar with the area, I might be able to take us there right away, but I could still try.
Well, what's the
That's
worst thing that happens?
We're just farther away from where we were. I guess we could try it. Kelly, thank you for this. I want you to know that this is going to reflect very well upon you, but you need to grade those papers. And like I said, you have to take over the class for me. This is part of your job as a teacher's assistant while I go save the entire multiverse. Okay.
I'm sorry, I forgot you're so important.
Apparently I am. He kind of like stands up a little taller. He's like now 3'2".
Well, it's almost time for the morning class, so I figured we would watch an illusion. I'd play a minor illusion for the kids. All right, that's it. That's
You rolling it in on a cart?
yes.
Exactly.
Big substitute teacher energy coming off of Kelly right now.
Oh yeah. But yeah, once Kelly goes off, Milo's gonna cast teleport.
Yeah. Tell me, what does that look like?
Mechanically or just flavor wise?
Mechanically, first.
Okay, so I have to roll a D100. I think this is in the viewed, once, or described section. I need to get a 74 or higher to be on target.
All right.
Woo,
Stay on
buddy.
target.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's have some fun. And there's a 43% chance it's going to be a mishap.
Let's go,
So-
Snake Eyes.
And we can you can use a secret for a reroll too.
I think it's fun if there's a mishap, so I'm not going to do that, but let's just see. Here comes the D100. Here it comes. 96 on target.
Stay
Wow.
on target.
Fantastic.
Damn near on the front door.
And I use a dream to force him to re-roll.
I am slightly disappointed there wasn't a mishap. It's only slightly.
I'm just sending a screenshot of the map just so you can kind of get an idea of where you are. Doesn't necessarily matter, but Neverwinter, obviously on the top left, that's where you were. You're like just off the high road, still a distance away from Phandalin, but where you needed to be. What you know about this location. And actually, before I do that, what does it actually look like? Not mechanically.
Yeah, so I think it's kind of Star Trek like. Everybody just kind of gathers together. Have to be within 10 feet of me. He just does his. Actually, he doesn't even do anything with his wand. It's just verbal on the component. And so he just says a word, and then just a green energy just kind of absorbs each of us, and they just vanish and just appear in the wherever we're gonna end up being.
Nice. Yeah, you pop off. You are kind of off the beaten path. It's not really like a wooded area. It's more like fields. There's a strong breeze coming from the sea, and this place was labeled. It was an old prison in the past. Has not been used for. It's got to be at least a century now, and the entrance. If we weren't so late in the night, I might make you like roll to try to like find how to get into it, but we're not going to do that right now. So it's kind of like it's kind of like into the side of a hill. There's a doorway, almost hidden, and you're able to find it. And if you go inside of it, which you did because it's on the map, if you go inside of it, You are in almost like a lobby type area. There's a round table to your left with a few chairs, a large desk up front, and two large. It's like a cross between like a suit of armor and like a gargoyle type statue. You know, right there, and there is just a dark feeling in this place. A familiar dark feeling in this place. Oh, that's funny. I had Landro on there, but hidden because I wasn't sure what would happen. I didn't know what we were going to do tonight.
Fair enough.
So, yeah, there's just a feeling of dark magic here. There is like a green kind of tinge to a lot of the things here. A sulfuric kind of smell. Yeah. How would you like to proceed?
I guess I would start ritually casting Detect Magic.
Okay, so it's going to take 10 minutes, right?
It is.
Anyone else want to do anything while Jake is doing that? While Milo is doing that?
I'll take a closer look at all the stuff that. What would you say it was acid?
It's not acid. It's more like it's like magical burn marks, if I could call it that. Like some sort of spells were cast, rituals were cast that left a physical mark on the place. And in some cases, it's almost like a smoke or a fog above it too.
While Milo is going through and casting his version of Detect Magic, I will also be kind of mimicking him to an extent, but like doing like as I'll do like some things the same, but something different. And as this happens, you start to see like these like faint shimmering like gears and cogs start to kind of like swirl and like spiral around him as he's also going to ritually cast Detect Magic.
Very cool.
See Milo as he's doing it, kind of like a little distracted, but going back to like, oh.
And Biggus would just be probably watching Landro more than he should. Just more of just like curiosity to just like see how things ended up. Especially the fact that he's casting magic now. Like, oh, okay. But also just kind of keeping an eye on everybody.
30 feet radius,
that's nice.
right?
I was
30 foot
really
radius?
worried for a second.
Yeah, 30 feet.
I know. I was like, oh, we're getting attacked.
Yeah, I was like
just curious,
worried.
where
Detecting
you would need
magic,
to be,
yes.
but yeah.
And he casts Sphere of Death.
Counterspell?
Happy birthday, Landro!
Circle of death. You can't counter it.
Yeah, so presence of magical effects within 30 feet of us. And if we said swan, we could take a magic action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and if an effect is created by a spell, we learn the spell school of magic.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's like a faint glow of magic just kind of like all around.
Yeah.
And I would say if you move closer to that kind of, there's a doorway on the right. If you move closer to that, then there will be.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Milo
I'll,
would
like,
know what he's doing, so he would.
circle
Yeah.
this way, just like looking at things.
Yeah, like as so like more over towards this side, you're getting a like a really like a heavy feel of like transmutation and necromancy, like something had been cast recently, having to do with those spells. There's a closed door on your right, closed door on your left, and it looks like there are heavy doors behind that desk as well.
Milo just says, I'm going to cast the sending spell and see if we can learn if Ramon is safe and where he may be. So, cast sending. And Milo just says, Mr. Encarnacion, we are here. We seem to be in some kind of dark magic area. Are you okay? Where are you? That's probably 25 words.
You can respond to this message. No, just you ask more questions.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll be sending. It's just someone who you've met before. You can cast sending, right? There's no requirement for distance or anything like that.
If he is on a different plane of existence, there's a 5% chance that the message does not arrive.
Yeah. So you get, after a little bit, you get a response. What was your message, Mr. Encarnacion? We got your message.
We're here. We're here. We seem to be in some kind of cultish area. Where are you? Are you okay?
Who is this? I am fine. I am home. I don't know who you are. Don't call again.
Milo just looks up at Biggus and Aradel and just says, I did not identify myself, and I think he might block this number. But he says he's home. I don't know if I should use another spell slot to try again.
I think he lives here.
That would be interesting. Let's take Milo just wants to start like looking at the statues.
They are creepy looking statues. Looks like they are based off of some sort of like maybe fiend or something, but kind of hard to,
like not a specific fiend or anything like that.
Yeah, it's more like the vibe here is like what was the purpose of gargoyles and that sort of thing to begin with? Like it's architecture, it's pretty, but it's also meant to kind of like ward off and be a threat posing.
Yeah.
But there's nothing inherently magical.
And the stuff on the ground, is that an aura? Is that is it paint? Is that like what?
It is like it's kind of like almost like magically burned into the ground, and in some spaces it is like an aura that's even coming off of the ground.
Is there any way we can kind of see, like, is it like wanting to flow, or did it flow in a certain direction?
I don't think there's any way to really tell. It's heavy towards the right, and then it's a little more sporadic on the north and the west sections.
Is it at all possible the person that you contacted did not send us here?
Yes. Perhaps I should use another spell just to confirm that. As the DM grins evilly, knowing I will use another.
I love Nooch's mind.
Yeah, Milo will cast another sending spell. So, it is worth mentioning. Upon receiving your message, a creature can block your ability to reach it again with this spell for 8 hours. You try to send
That's a
another
good
message
fail-safe. That's
during this time, you learn that you are blocked and the spell fails. But I am going to try again.
Okay.
Ramon, this is Milo, Biggus, and Aradel from the Fighting Pits. We got your letter that you left at the university. We're near Phandalin. Did you send us here?
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, Milo from the college. I'm not there. I do not chase these things anymore. An old friend found this place. I knew you wanted. That's all he's got. All right, that's 25, I think.
25
Might even
words,
be.
yeah.
I think it might have gone 26, actually.
It was 26.
Yeah.
Well, he's not here, but he did send us. Milo just shares the information with you guys.
I mean, that's good at least. I was getting a little worried there that that was some sort of imposter.
Well, perhaps we should open one of these doors.
Yeah, can I inspect like the door where all these these whatever this is, green stuff is?
Yeah, what are you looking for with your inspection?
I mean, I think Milo already looked at it and couldn't discern where it's going to or where it's from, but just like it looks like that there's 2 doors that are connected by the green. I'll just go to the one on the right and see what I can see, and if it's okay with people, stealthily open the door if there is a door there.
Yeah, there is a door, but like you said, in inspecting, are you just opening the door, or did you want? I just don't want to assume.
Yeah, I mean, is it just on the floor? Like a trail almost? Like,
Yeah.
Is it like someone like was carrying a big like, I don't know, like something that just kept spilling all over the place?
It's like a magic slug was going through here, but it's not goopy. It's like burnt into the ground. Like if you were to put your finger over it, there wouldn't be any residue on your hand.
And are the doors intact, or the doors
Door is intact.
sludged or whatever, or not
No.
sludged, but
Not sludged.
okay. All right. Everyone always told me, never go right, always go left. So I'm doing exactly what people told me not to do.
Good man. I mean, Milo would be right behind you.
Yeah, so you open the door, and it looks like some sort of like maybe at one point in time this was a chapel of some sort, but now, I mean, there's a heavy feeling of necromancy and transmutation at the front here. There are burnt candles, like they're no longer lit, that are in this room, kind of all over. Towards the front of the room, there are a couple candles that are still lit, and the wax is almost melted all the way down at this point, or the wick is almost all the way down. I don't know. Nooch is the candle expert, but but
But they are still lit.
the ones at the front, yeah, the ones that were along the sides are no longer lit.
And is that a book over there? Is it on like a
There
dais
is a
or
book.
altar?
There is a book in the front.
Unless Aradel's like
some
blocking the
sort of
door.
Dark.
No,
altar.
I was just surveying
Yeah.
it before going in. Yeah.
Yeah, unless Aradel's blocking the door, Milo would just start. He would like look to see if anyone wants to follow him, but he would.
I mean,
he would head
I'll
up there.
go in right now. I'm next to you the whole way.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just a dark, awful feeling in here. It feels like everybody roll, except for Landro this time. Everyone just roll Arcana.
I'm really good at that.
Be a 26 for Milo.
The 13 for me.
It's a gentleman's too.
All right. It feels eerily familiar to all three of you. Milo, this feels like the last time you felt a presence of this variety, of this level of just discomfort that you felt from a place and from magic was when you first encountered the cult of Vecna, and they were actively trying to siphon secrets from people. Those sorts of rituals were going on.
And is the book open or closed? Like, is it open like that? Like, can I see what it says?
Yeah, it's open. There's a lot of it is in Infernal. Some of it is in a language you've never seen before, but it's all just basically it's like incantations and instructions for rituals and like those sort of things. Almost like why don't you roll religion with disadvantage?
Disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
22.
You've never read this book, but some of these pages look like they were copied from a book you've heard of, the Book of Vile Darkness. That's not what this book is, but
Gotcha.
there are certainly, from what you've heard, someone has copied parts of it.
Okay. Milo relays that. He looks at Biggus when he says that, then glances at Aradel to know if there's any recognition in that title. But I could do a comprehend languages ritual if we wanted to learn more right now. See specifically what they're.
Is it a
Yeah.
language thing or is it a magic rune thing?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
I don't think the problem is that you can't understand it. It's just
That was kind of my
rituals, you don't-
vibe. I was thinking, I was like, I could do that, but
Yeah.
I don't. We know they're up to no good.
Do you want to? Do you want to open yourself up to that?
Yes. That's not it. Maybe we should investigate further. Maybe we should look to see if there's anything else about this room. The candles, the candlesticks, any secret doors, that kind of a.
You could roll investigation. And anyone who wants to do that can roll investigation.
Biggus is better at that sort of thing.
Why are we so afraid of this book?
Let's see. That is a 26 for investigation.
Yes. I guess while Biggus is investigating, there's some very dark things about this book. This is dark rituals and devilish things. Sometimes things like that, you cannot just. Looks like he's searching for the right word. Touching it or reading it is a significant decision. Or can be.
So books can hurt you.
Oh, yes.
I made the right choice.
Halleck was like, what?
And I'm gonna defer to you on that, Milo. I mean,
I believe the
Books are
comment
a
he's
little
trying
bit
to
more
make
your
is that
specialty.
he's an idiot.
No, Landro. I'm trying to make is I. You didn't know how to shake it. All right. This is how we're doing this, isn't it? Okay.
Was that
Okay.
incorrect?
Nope, Landro, you are spot on, Bucko.
Mhm.
This is a great. I'm really glad, really. This is fantastic. Great guy. Oh, I'm really glad he's part of the party. Okay, just mumbles off. Just.
Biggus, what you picked up with your investigation check, just in addition to this, is that there were whatever happened here likely finished about an hour ago.
Oh,
There were multiple people involved.
There was something going on here very, very recently, like within the last hour. And there was quite a few people.
What you said, transmutation and necromancy?
Yes.
Do I know what those would typically be used in conjunction with? As far as like what's that Venn diagram look like of tasks that would involve both of those schools?
It's a good question. I'm gonna say I don't think there's anything that like specific that would come to mind. I mean, I'm assuming that one of you would fill Landro in about some of what you've seen before. Okay.
Yeah, we had the long rest, so.
Yeah, so if they've told you about like the ritual that they stopped in the first ever dungeon, if they've told you about the ritual they stopped the first time they encountered this cult, it was a ritual that basically it was like siphoning the life force out of someone, and taking their secrets and basically empowering Vecna with that individual's secrets and their knowledge. And I would consider that kind of a combination of necromancy and transmutation. It's both altering and transforming something and kind of draining and sucking the life out of them.
Okay.
When I puffed off this way, it was actually a really sneaky distraction for me to get behind this wall, pull out that book, and see if I can find a picture that looks like any of this green stuff on the floor.
Yes.
It was a clever ruse.
Roll
I had a book the whole time.
I did.
roll intelligence.
I expect absolutely nothing from this, but he's still doing it. That
Give me a net one. Give me a net
that's
one.
another 5. It's another 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't find anything that you think will help in this situation, but
Damn
put
it.
another 5 down.
Okay.
Honestly, I was, before you even said that, I moved Milo's token. I was going to be heading that way.
That's why I did it. Yep.
Yep. And so Milo, he's on his broom, I'd say, just kind of. Aradel? I think it's just weird.
Yep.
I think it's weird. You're like off to the side, like.
Yep. Nothing. I'm just looking at the ground because this stuff's over here. Look at this wall.
If they would have succeeded in removing those secrets in the first dungeon that we were at, perhaps there are some people that are in need of rescuing. That's a door above us and to the left too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Milo flies over the desk, glances over at that, and then just looks and says, maybe we should do this one last, and then goes over to this door. And then would cast Mage Hand to open that door.
Yeah. Awesome. So you mage hand the door open, and what you find is a room that looks like it was used as sort of like a common place. Like there are rusted out weapons kind of along the walls, but in the center of the room, it looks like there's some moldy bread, rancid meat, spoiled wine, and no presence of like rats or bugs or anything like that in here.
But certainly
and
food that's been there longer than an hour.
Yes, exactly. Food that's been here longer than an hour. There is food that's been here longer than an hour, and then up towards the top left portion of the room, there's just a little bit more of those kind of like markings, right next to another door.
I think Milo just flies in a little bit more and just kind of waits for the others to come in before kind of just gesturing towards the door up top. Unless there's anything you guys want to search in here.
It's in the box.
Rusty arrows.
It's a really nice map, by the way.
Yeah, this is how do you pronounce it again, Jake?
Shepeku or Chepeku?
Chepeku.
Yeah.
It's just on D&D Beyond now. So like you could buy some of their maps on there. This was on there. And it's funny because I was looking for a map for this purpose, and this is one that I had like 5 that I was trying to decide between, and this was one of them, just on their website. And then I went on D&D Beyond, and I was like, oh, it's already on here. So that's what I went with.
Yeah, I like it.
Are we going through the next door?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Door opens. No problems. There's a hallway. Visibly more of that. Those remnants, and just a stench. Now that sulfur smell is even thicker.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna be following in. I'm assuming Aradel and Biggus might be taking the lead, but
So very short staircase down, and it looks like there's also there's an opening on the other side. Looks like kind of like another storeroom. A door on the far side, and in this hallway, it's the biggest concentration of this stuff that you've seen. It is all over. There's just a dark, horrible feeling that this is giving, and you see in these cages, it's like a lifeless void. It's kind of like they're written as gray ooze on there, and that's what it looks like. But if anyone still has detect magic up, they're undead.
based on my experiences with the first cult, could these conceivably be people that have had their secrets drained?
So, Milo's experience, you haven't seen anyone who had their secrets drained, but I would say that it's reasonable, especially with your knowledge, and that's probably what has happened here.
Milo's face just turns a little grim, and he doesn't really say anything, but he just looks sad when he looks at them.
It looks like they're.
Do they make any motion when we walk in, or are they just kind of?
And they're in
they just
cages,
kind
right?
of like slide around a little bit, like they don't, like they know they can't. They're trapped in this place and they can't do anything else. Aradel, over on the other side, you see some more cages, more of those oozes, and someone who is not an ooze. You see a strong-looking Gith person,
Hi, you're not an ooze.
and he's got a glove on one of his hands, armor on, no weapons, and just kind of looks up at you. And we'll end there. We'll pick up from there next session. I think we're already a little late, so.
Oh, Josh, when you end like that.
Yeah, it might be a familiar face for some of you if you started from the beginning. I'm excited to get into this. I'm excited for you guys to finish this kind of in-between chapter. I genuinely don't know what's gonna happen here. I might have went overboard, and I'm excited to see how you handle that.
Now, is this something you made specific? Like, is this is your own little tweak?
Oh
to it?
yeah, this
Love
is
that.
all
Yes.
this is all me, baby.
We're going off book, people.
Just a little bit. We'll get right. I know there's people who have said, I really appreciate how much you guys stick to the book, and I will get back to the book. But I just wanted to throw this in there too. It'll probably be one more session after this.
You know, gotta test out new character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
Gotta
for the
run,
ringer.
New
gotta
party
run
member.
for a little bit.
But thank you all for joining us tonight. Nooch, welcome. I'm very excited to have you be part of this campaign. You know, if they weren't overpowered already with just the three of them, now there's four. and the only stat that they didn't have a high in, right? I think you guys have everything covered except for charisma. Maybe strength. But
Michael's even stronger now.
yes, yeah, you're
I
right.
have a 16 in charisma, by the way.
I'm a strong boy.
Yes, but you always let Biggus and Milo do the talking.
It's fun.
I stopped saying things about you
Also
as our
true.
party face because you got mad at me for saying that. So, but
It
anyway,
is usually more fun.
Landro
you know-
doesn't have a face. We
I
already
was gonna
talked
say
about it.
now the face doesn't have a face.
Yeah.
Just call him Bud.
Do you think you know who this is in that cell? Let us know in the comments, and we'll see you next week. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Peace.